I should record.
All right, cool. All right, man. So here we are. Long time in the making. I say my biggest thing I've been saying since this all things started was this is conceived before the pandemic, but born into it.
Yeah.
So with everything going on right now, that's really that's one of the first things I want to hit on. COVID-19, quarantine life.
Um,
How's it been treating you, man? What you been up to, man?
I think the only difference for me is I work an actual. There's a funny thing where there's a term now called essential worker, and what's deemed to be an essential worker, and
Yeah.
it's weird. Like supermarkets are open where there's mass congregations, but then small things like something that already has no more than 6 people at a time, like a barber shop or something like that. How many people are really crammed into there? Which those are closed. So for me, I work in the still industry. I'm on furlough right now, just like Frank Dux from Bloodsport. They sent his ass on furlough. I'm on furlough like Frank Dux. I'm looking for a blood.
Feeling like Frank
I'm going to the
Dux.
Kumite, baby, but I don't know, man. It's just it's different. You know what I mean? There's nowhere's open. That sucks. I'm drinking beer at home.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of my thing, man. Like this whole COVID thing started happening. I'm just like, man, what's going on with this? And then the quarantine happened and thought everything was gonna change, but really my life personally didn't change too much. I mean,
No.
I'm pretty much a stay-at-home dad. So I do that. Gaming. Really, if nobody told me it was quarantine, I probably wouldn't even known about it. Like I'm just been in the house the whole time. Nobody really even said anything. It didn't
I
matter.
feel like there's a certain amount of there's like general part of the population who's unaffected by these things. Like
Yes. Yeah.
when Donald Trump got put into the office, everybody was this and that. I felt virtually unaffected by it. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like there's nothing been different. I mean, we're not rich, we're unaffected by these things to an extent to where you let it affect you. If you want to be in the mass hysteria and a hypochondria type situation,
Yeah, I can't do it, man. I can't.
no,
Like
no.
I respect you want your space.
Mhm.
I'll respect that. I get there's something going on, especially you're elderly. I respect that, but I'm not gonna dive into the hysteria with you. That's what I'm not gonna do. But yeah, I'll definitely
Yes.
respect you. You want 6 feet? Cool. I'll give you a space. I have no problem with doing that, regardless. And another thing is, I was listening to a show or podcast or radio or something, and something that struck me is like, if anything comes out of this something really good. World could be cleaner. They were
Yeah.
cleaning like
Yeah.
the subway station in New York. They were like, "You guys don't clean that already?"
it
Like
showed
they
the
don't.
it showed the dramatic like changes of what the smog over LA looked like. And you can't even see anything. And then now over LA looked like totally clean. It's like, man, where's oh yeah, it's a nice lush valley.
Yeah, it actually looks nice.
Looks
It's
nice.
crazy. Like,
But I don't know, being unaffected to me, like in a sense, like I think you're only as affected by this. It's an autoimmune deficiency. It's an airborne illness. If you stay inside of your house, airborne illnesses can penetrate your windows and doors. Everybody, you know what I mean? Like, so
you can only do so much.
you can
I
really only do so
mean,
much.
influenza, the flu, every year. I mean,
Spanish flu.
there's an old man that lives not too far from me, and his thing is, every year I'm worried about the flu, but I do the same thing: limit my contact, stay inside as much as possible. I'm doing the same thing here. Big rip, big rip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's coming down to a point where I think some people went way overboard,
Like when they bought all the
and there was
toilet
some people
paper.
who didn't take it as serious as it should have been. Yeah, right. Some people didn't take it as serious as at all. Like me, I mean, I understand the seriousness of it, and I respect it. But like I said, I'm not going to get involved with the hysteria.
Well, there's two spectrums of the hysteria, mass hysteria type people. There's like the spring breakers who who get everything closed longer, and there's people who steal all the toilet paper. You know what I mean? There's two
Yeah,
ends of the spectrum. You know what I mean?
like there was a
Like
meme about that. Like, yeah, it was like the year 2055 or something. It's like, man, those people in
perfect time to queue it
2020.
up.
Hmm?
That'd have been a perfect time to queue it up right
I
there.
know, I know. But see, editing, I can always edit that in there. Boom. Um, but it was a meme. It was like, they were going crazy, but man, they sure had clean assholes. You know,
Right?
people were dying left and right, but they had clean assholes. Like, what are we really worried about right now? People are
my,
dying, and I got to get toilet paper. That's
my
what I got to
favorite
do.
one. It showed like these people in a toilet paper fort, and they shot a hole like it looked like a clubhouse we built as a kid, but it was made of toilet paper. Like that's how they're defending themselves from this. It's like,
Oh yeah, but people like there was a guy. He took his printer and he made a whole bunch of looks like sheets of toilet paper, and he taped all his windows up so it looked like his whole house was full of toilet paper. Neighbors are like looking at his house, freaking out, all mad just because he put that up there, just to mess with people. People are just
people.
Yeah, but with this. I think what else is changing? Like everything is going to change slightly. We're never going to go back to the same world we left, so to speak. And that's why I want to segue real quick. Like music, look at concerts. Like who was it? Travis Scott just had that big
digital concerts, right?
Yeah, he did a Fortnite concert on the Fortnite. It was. I saw a couple clips of it.
That's kind of
pretty cool. He was like giant, and like everybody's looking down, like he's doing his songs. He's all moving and raps. Like that's pretty cool.
Well, that's what's cool nowadays and age. We have so many different mediums of entertainment. Like, look, you're doing it through video games. You're doing it through
exactly.
And Travis Scott, to bring up, not to throw him in the main subject, but like he just came out with a Nike SB shoe when he was on the streets with a bunch of different pro skaters filming him. So he's got his hands in a bunch of different things: video games, skateboarding.
Travis
Nike.
Scott is definitely on the cusp of what's going on. I mean, that was cutting edge. I was like, a video game concert?
There's so many different mediums. So it's like Vegas. I read this in an article. Vegas insiders were predicting that nightclubs could be a thing of the past in the near future.
I believe that.
But at the same time, where are people want to conjugate? When I first started playing games, there was 4 ports in there. We all played together. Yes. Now they want you to buy the game and buy your own console and play at your house. There's 2-player games, but we want to be our own thing. I think it's like a monopoly because you have to buy your console, your game,
Yep. But I mean, there's flip side to that. So with that, I agree. Nintendo 64, man. I still say it's the greatest console of all time. You take games like GoldenEye, WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy.
Yes.
4 people get on there and you have a blast.
Oh yeah.
Now you can get on a game, Apex, PUBG. You got 100 people.
That is pretty
cool. That's what's changing. It's crazy. The couch co-op, it's not dead, but it's pretty much. And
I like being in the same room with my buddies. I like pushing you when I'm beating you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, certain games will still have that. Madden will still have that, even though people play Madden online. But Madden next to each other, 2K, playing next to somebody, looking at him, tearing up when he's getting whooped. You seen that guy getting whooped?
I think with all this going on with like music, you're saying all this, like to get back to full circle with this is I think what's going to be, I think the biggest thing is everything takes longer. Go to the dispensary, only allow a certain amount of people in. There was a line out front.
Yep.
I go to the store, self-checkout or even anything. There's extra space between people. There's 6 self-checkouts, but only 3 of them are working because they want the distancing. So everything just takes longer to do now.
Yeah,
so it's
and the thing online. If this was 10 years ago, it would be a different story. But with things like Amazon and DoorDash and Postmates and Zoom and things of this digital era we have, I mean, we're stuck in home, but it's not like we're stuck with nothing to do. We have plenty of activity. I'm sitting here, we're building a podcast, social distancing,
right?
We're miles apart, but we can still communicate and do things.
The best part about that is being miles away and we all have the same level of communication. We can connect no matter where. Like Shake, he's in Germany right now. I can communicate. We could have him on here, essentially.
Exactly.
He doesn't matter where you're at in the world. Everyone's access to the same amount of information at the same time, unless you live in the fucking rainforest or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's your own choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's totally different. You're on some old thing, and I doubt there's some COVID out there. I mean, there's not enough people.
COVID's like one of those, it's like one of those white privilege diseases like that, like gluten-free. Like you think Lil Carell in the inner city has gluten-free deficiency, he eats the food he can get. You know what I mean?
I was watching this, and this is real quick. I'm gonna take a left field. Shark Tank.
I love those left fields.
Yeah, it was Shark Tank, and it was this thing they were trying to introduce to get kids into foods earlier so they could beat allergies, like introducing them to small amounts of peanuts,
broccoli,
things like that.
Yeah.
So the peanut allergies can go away because they said before people weren't having these allergies. But when people stop eating those foods and people are vegans and vegetarians, you take away the certain things that they were getting. So generations down the road, this person has lactose. This person is allergic to this. I don't remember 1800s, people were talking about, oh, how some dude died from a peanut allergy or something.
Yeah.
Because you weren't eating the same. I doubt a caveman was worried about a peanut allergy. He's worried about a boar or Tyrannosaurus Rex ripping his head off, not if he should eat this berry or nuts, you know? He's like, that's what it was. And I think the full circle of, stop. The full circle is we can't sit here and be all upset as if we're just shut-ins. We're in a digital world now. I could literally order pretty much anything I need and have it delivered within a day or two to my house. So I think if I really didn't want to leave the house, I could do that. I could. Well, but I get outside. We have a yard, so I go outside, but we don't have to.
I know people who are in similar situations, like stay-at-home dad, or people who work from home, or people who have that, or maybe they're smart with their money. They don't like to go out. They don't drink that much. They'd rather buy a bottle and be economically smarter and stay at home. There's people that were already doing this shit way before that. So they're already like, and I see those same people that already stayed home and didn't go nowhere. They're wearing a mask. They're all bummed out because they want to get on the train of, they want to be a part of the fad. And
of course,
I'm not wearing a bandana in my house. I'm not.
Only time I had to wear one is because I went to Costco and they wouldn't let you in unless you had one. Other than that, I'm not wearing one. I mean, I'm just not. It's
Me
like,
and my girl went to the baby appointment the other day, and fucking, we had to wear the mask to get in the hospital.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
I get it. Hospital, that's kind of a separate entity, especially dealing with people who are probably suffering from this. Okay, I'll let that one go, but I'm going to Costco. Hey, stay away from me. I'm gonna grab my stuff. I'm gonna get out the door, man. I'm not here to mess around. Let me get. No,
I'm not fucking shopping for a date through the fucking halls. I'm not looking for a fucking, next week's grocery list.
Browsing is over. Like Best Buy. I tried to go to Best Buy yesterday. Wouldn't even let me in the store. Said you can't even go in. Order online and have pickup. I was like, oh, okay. Well, why just go to Amazon then? Why am I ordering from you when I can get it from Amazon faster and probably cheaper?
I don't know, man.
The reason I go to stores is to look around.
As being here in Oregon, right? I went to Columbia County yesterday, which I live in Multnomah County. I went over to Columbia County yesterday, and there was things that were open. There was a few bars open. I went to a bar yesterday, and I had a beer, which is pretty cool. I had a beer yesterday, which is pretty nice.
In the bar.
I was not too mad at that. It was open.
That social aspect, do I miss it? But I wasn't really involved in it beforehand, so I don't miss it that much. But having that option, like the movie theater, another one I wanted to touch on.
Or a bowling alley.
Bowling was already disappearing, interstate lanes, but that's a whole other subject for another day. But movie theaters, I don't know if they're coming back in the same capacity. Universal has already said they're going digital, and they want to do digital and was it AMC said you're banned.
What?
Yeah, AMC got banned Universal Studios from making movies for sending movies to them because they said they're going to do simultaneous release for home and theaters for people who want to stay home.
Well, that was what I was getting at next. There's been a lot of movies. I've seen 2 of the last movies that are still in theaters. I've seen The Invisible Man. You could cue into our next podcast, our movie review for the rest of that. I wouldn't
go.
I'm not too pumped. But at the same time, hey, that new Scooby-Doo was hitting.
I'll let you, boy. Last night. Me and the family, we watched that new Trolls movie.
Okay.
So this is what my deal. Look at this. So we go to the movies. I got 4 kids here.
Yeah, how much do we spend? How much you really fucking spend?
That's what I'm saying. Take away the baby. The baby's free. So me, 2 adults, that's like $15 each. That's $30 off top.
Y'all want a beer when you're there too.
The kids, that's what's $8 each. That's what a good almost $20 there. We're already at $50. We haven't even gotten anything to drink.
You barely got through the door.
We haven't even got nothing to drink or eat yet. Okay.
They didn't give the usher the ticket to break off yet.
Bro, and then on top of that, I got to pick my seat, and hopefully there's not a whole bunch of tall people sitting in front, behind my kids, this and that.
You holding the motherfucker on your shoulder.
Oh, I got to change the baby's diaper. Yeah, I got to change the baby's diaper. I'm about to miss the best part of the movie because I did that. Now, look, to miss watching Trolls, $20. We got the movie for 48 hours.
Yeah, you could pause it as long as you want.
Pause it. We watched it the kids watched it probably 10 times. I paused it, went through this. We were sitting with ice cream, whipped cream and cherries with chocolate syrup. I mean, I had wings. I was having whatever I had in the kitchen. And it was that much better. I think families are
And you lit one up. Tell me you lit one up.
Come on now.
Come on.
You already know your boy had one going. But families are going to lean this way.
Yeah.
Why not? It's easier. You're not missing anything out. It's easy for the kids. You ain't got to get them all ready, get them in the car, get them there. Then, oh, now they're tired. You're dragging them out the theater, got one on one arm, one on the other arm. You know, I'm already at home. They're sleeping. Cool. Put them in the bed. Let's watch a movie for us, babe.
Well,
You know?
that appeals to a certain demographic, like you're
Yeah,
saying. Like
but
me,
there's a certain demographic who
I have a
loves
family
going to
now.
theaters.
I have a family now. You know what I mean? My
Mhm.
girl has twins. We have a baby on the way. We're about to be a family of 5.
Congratulations, by the way. I
Thank
meant
you.
to say that.
Thank you. I have to let you know some of the names we're looking over. Check
Okay,
this out,
yeah.
buddy. You're gonna like this. I came up with some names. I wasn't gonna tell you until we were shooting, buddy, but it's a boy.
Oh man, that's what's up.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what's up, bruh.
I was gonna
Much
let you know.
respect.
For real, that's good. Or name after my grandma, or fucking gonna.
Hey,
I was gonna steal your name.
Can't go either way. I love it, man. Much respect. Much
For real.
respect. Yeah, man. It kind of took me back for a second. But yeah, good shit. But to keep it pushing, things that are not changing or things that are changing is COVID-19. And basically what I want to do with this, all these subjects, how they relate. So if I move to the next one, social media. Like social media has got a big boom from the COVID. Obviously people are at home, they need something to do. Social media's there.
Social media, I've noticed this is a platform. Every platform, which I'm a user, I've used Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, which is I have all 3 of those downloaded.
Yeah, I go back all the way to MySpace back in the day.
MySpace. Now I've noticed every app does the exact same thing. Every app
pretty much
does the videos, but every app now has a niche, like TikTok. It's it's like a version of what's that, Vine. It's almost like Vine.
Very yes, but I like that.
Aspects of Vine, aspects of all these things are already in every other app. It's
but not the way that you can do it on TikTok.
There's transitions because that's a certain thing. But I'm an adult. I'm not gonna. I just don't find my appeal.
I feel you. I don't like Trust me. And this is a conversation I wanted to get into.
I'm a little more creative than that.
I'm glad you brought this up because this is a conversation I wanted to get into because I know you're not a TikToker or you're not on the TikTok train. Me and myself, I have a TikTok. I do use TikTok. Cool. Am I out here doing? No. I'm out here doing I have a tutorial. I did a macaroni and cheese food video. I did a ribs one. I made a couple funny videos out at the store with my daughter, things like that. But I'm not going to.
You can have fun with it. Yeah, you can have.
Yeah, I'm having fun with it.
You're using it. That's what it's for. I get that. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to shit on somebody for being themselves and finding the creativity in some meme because that's what it's for. It's for fun, right?
And that's what social.
I'm not the Grinch. I'm not the Grinch.
The Grinch, get this guy out of here.
Well, like look at this. Like you said, this wouldn't be like this 20 years ago. You saying for the commodity, but people wouldn't be even this fucking bored. They'd be like, "Oh, what's the difference?" You know what I mean? There was
exactly
nobody would have gave a fuck like they are now. You know what I mean?
No, it was funny. There was a pandemic in 1920.
I thought, was it the Spanish influenza?
Yeah,
was it
in 1920? 100 years later, 2020. Yeah, having another flu type.
They had similar social distancing properties as well. They said stay at home, limit your distance.
Yeah, the whole covering the face type of things. So that's why I'm like, it's not like we're not gonna get out of here. But we're just not gonna go back to the same world we left.
Well, I don't even know about that to any sense. I think the whole population's not gonna be killed off.
No,
we're gonna be fine. We're gonna keep going forward. Shit's gonna slowly open back up. Here's the thing. When I was in St. Helens yesterday, when everything was open.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you were in St. Helens? You were close to me.
Yeah, it was right in. Where do you live at now?
I'm up north. I'm not down there anymore. I'm up closer to St. Helens. I'm on the
Oregon?
Washington side though.
Oh fuck. The only land bridge is Longview, and we weren't going that far. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm close to there.
Where you at, Kelso or something like that?
Right outside basically Longview, basically.
Oh damn. All right. Well, yeah, we're up there. So that's Columbia County, right over the thing. It's open. Everything's open up there.
Oh wow.
It didn't skip a beat. People were at when you said the things aren't going to go back to the regular. It didn't feel like anything was different.
Yeah, man. But you're talking about a smaller community. I'm talking about places like L.A., New York,
what about
Portland? There's not people are going to be scared.
Well, that's
People,
with
a lot of
everybody.
people,
That's
not
everybody.
everybody. A lot of people are going to be scared to go out and congregate in the same fashion. Like, at this point, the people are not going to want to get into a club and be dancing like this next to somebody who's sweaty because now that fear from 6 months or whatever it was we were locked in the house for. But maybe a nice setting, a little space, yeah.
And this might be the thing, though. Look, every place always had occupancy limit. People,
maybe they can adjust those.
When I go into places now, because hey, I don't want some sweaty motherfucker up on.
I didn't want that before.
Me neither. So maybe they can adopt some sort of occupancy law, like they're already employing. Like, hey, I go to the dispensary, like, oh shit, we already have too many people in here. You guys gotta wait outside.
Yeah, fine. I'll wait a few minutes. I ain't tripping. or I'll order online and go there now. It's ready to pick up. I've done that.
Or even cooler too, and that could even boost your economy because more places could open because there could only be X amount of people at certain one spot. So there'll be more places open.
Exactly.
So
it's still opportunity in this environment we have now. It helps the smaller business because before the internet and all this, places that had food they couldn't do the door dashes. They didn't that pizza. If you didn't have a pizza company, you weren't getting delivery. It wasn't Domino's. Now I can get delivery from my mom and pop Chinese restaurant or whatever it is, so I can stay relevant. Because everybody, but like this, I order Domino's maybe once a year. I don't eat Domino's like that. I'd rather go to Benny's Pizza or some dude that has a real name like this, and it's it comes up.
Aldo's, Papa Aldo,
something that sells because I can get that delivered now. Or I can call and have it ordered and pick it up.
Well, I think having anything ordered, like I had a Jimmy John's fucking sandwich. I had turkey in the fucking fridge. I had some fucking mayonnaise. I had some
convenience.
Cheese,
you can't beat it, buddy.
What?
Convenience.
I had some Jimmy John's come to me. I'm not
you can't beat the convenience, bro. Convenience is.
You can't beat it.
I mean, it's the more we can do, the more we do. So the more we do, the more time we don't have to do things that we would normally do. That's why there's people out there that do this delivery thing.
Well,
I mean, look at the transition in life. Let's take one thing, taxi cabs. Okay. Taxi cabs. Look, Uber is not killed taxis, but
it's a hell of a lot cheaper. I've taken a cab and I've taken an Uber. It's pretty damn cheap compared to a fucking cab to take an Uber.
I'll never take a cab again unless I literally have to.
Uber is so much hard up.
It's just so much easier. For one, I don't have to have cash in my pocket. Boop, I can book on my phone. Oh, he's 5 minutes away. Perfect. Bink, done. Technology has helped out so many things. As far as what this goes, it shows me how far along we are. But let me push this forward. So like I was talking about music. Oh, I got to mention this real quick. Did you hear the new Will Smith with Joyner Lucas?
No, I haven't. Joyner Lucas is.
So he has that song Will, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got Will to do the remix, and it's basically just Will just spitting. And I mean, Will, I was like, I had to look at it. I was like, is that Will, Big Willie style, really going in?
Why don't you play an excerpt for us right now?
He's going in.
Why don't you play a little clip for him?
Let me get it.
Play a little clip because I haven't heard the remix yet. So how about we all listen to it together? Because it actually sounds legit.
All right. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I wouldn't play the whole thing, but let's just say this, guys. That's a certified slap. You ever heard of
Yes.
Where's Jazzy Jeff when you need him right there? I need him to come off on that, you know what I mean?
Man, that was fire. Oh, yeah. So another thing I was talking about, I'm going to just dabble real quick I'm talking about future stuff. I'm trying to get D-Rec to come on talk about Super Saint.
Yeah, man. Anything to promote the local artists, man.
Exactly. Like, hey, I'm gonna try to get anybody local to come on.
I've been a local mixed martial artist, fighter, comedian.
And that's
different things.
Get into.
We always want to support the local artists, no matter what you're doing, man. Whatever you're doing on this platform, we support you no matter what. You mean?
It's a platform.
I've been there doing it.
Yep, it's that kind of platform. That's like if you got something to promote, you're especially if you're local, definitely hit me. At Big Eazy, okay. On the Twitter, the Instagram, the Twitter is the Big Eazy K. I'm going to have to change that so it's all synonymous. But hit me up on Insta. We definitely make that all work. But real quick before we jump into this combat sports, I got a couple combat sports things I want to talk about. Gaming. Woo! You been playing anything?
Yeah, man. Actually, I do have a few things. I'm new into the whole Xbox Live game. I've been a PlayStation guy.
Yeah.
Myself. So I play the PlayStation 4. But I noticed that the online gaming isn't as hot as Xbox.
It's not.
I'm on Xbox now.
The
Got both.
online is way better.
Follow me. Kel loves orange soda. One word.
Oh yeah, I'll have to add you. And
Yeah,
that's
add
another
me.
thing. I'm gonna have streams. We're gonna be doing streams through Mixer and Twitch.
Oh,
So
excuse me.
definitely we can
I
run
stream
that.
through. I broadcast through Mixer all the time.
Yeah, that's
The
something else I
games that
want to
I'm
put through
on
there
right
too.
now, I got Game Pass, guys, which I really, really recommend because there's a lot of games. If you want to buy a game, that there's a lot of games like a sandbox game that has a lot of replay value, like whether it be a GTA or a Skate or something
Oh
that
yeah,
has that endears a replay value that you're not just
Mhm.
chucking out the fucking window.
exactly.
Those
5 hours of gameplay and it's over. I'm
I'm
done.
playing a game now from an old classic called Streets of Rage.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
remake. I'm playing Streets of
Yes.
Rage 4 right now, and it's fucking amazing. Have you
It's
got a chance to play?
fire.
It's pretty
Bro,
damn
I'm
good.
on I think it's 6. I'm playing with the girl.
Blaze.
Yeah, no, the other one, the black chick.
Oh shit. Blaze and
She has
Adam
the
were from the first
guitar.
one.
She has the guitar.
Yeah, the little the bass player.
Yeah, bro, that game is fun. It's challenging. I just unlocked another dude too. I forgot who he was. But
It is pretty challenging. A little more challenging than I thought.
Exactly. I thought I was gonna run through it. Like, oh, this is gonna be a beat 'em up little old school. No. You had to play your
I've
part because
only made my way to stage 3 so far. I still haven't completed it, but
Mhm.
I went through the jail. Last level I beat was the jail.
Yeah.
And then I'm on the 3rd level now, and the replay value has that old school nostalgic
high.
side scroller.
So high,
It's
yeah.
it's almost like when you're a kid playing the old Double Dragon. That's what it reminds me of. It has that Double Dragon or the original Ninja Turtles side scroll where it's like
That gameplay, man, you
it
make
brings
it
you
if you just
right
make
fucking back, doesn't
the
it?
good degree of challenging in there, and that replay value boost up. Like if it's too easy, then it's like, oh. But if it's got that not too hard, like a Cuphead, super hard. Replay value still high, but the challenge level on that Teacher's Rage, perfect. Hard enough where it gives me a challenge where I feel accomplished when I beat the level, but not too hard where I feel like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not playing this no more.
Hey, and I'm not gonna lie, I can set the controller down on it.
I've
It's fun, but I'd take another bong rip and come right back to it.
I had to put it like, man.
It's not one of those games where it's like it's me
Quit.
leaving me stuck. I'm gonna keep going. So
Dashboard, I'm out of here.
but yeah, I've been playing Streets of Rage, which is fun, and there's a new game. It's a survivalist game called DayZ, which is super
I
fun.
heard of DayZ. I haven't played that. My brother played it for a while. He wasn't too much of a fan. Apparently, they just had a big update though a few weeks ago. I guess they fixed a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, I'm playing now. It's fun, and I'm running with Big Jim plays, Daniel plays, MMA Nick plays. So
that's something that.
We'll
that's a game that we can get a whole bunch of people on too. We can stream that.
Fun.
4 people run that. That sounds good. We'll have to do that. I'm gonna set up a YouTube for that, and then.
How about you? What games have you been playing?
Me right now, Apex, Streets of Rage, and that's about it. Apex, I've been tough on it. It just came out with season 4, added a new character, but I'm still running with Caustic. I don't know why. Caustic is just my guy. Got the green smoke. For some reason, I got to run with the toxic smoke. I'm they're coughing on him. Yeah, but no, what I'm saying, you said
those are real coughs,
right? You got that PlayStation. So with you talking about that PlayStation? What you looking at? Xbox Series X, PS5 coming. Looking at the specs, this is like the first year I believe Xbox has the spec wise is a little bit higher, but it's like just like the last ones are so close, it doesn't really matter on the specs. It's gonna be about the software and the online ability. I think Xbox is automatically getting online is head and shoulders above PlayStation already.
Well, my man, I like my gadgets. So, have you seen the controller for the PlayStation 5?
It looks a little much.
That's okay. That's what I want to address there.
Insert picture here.
I just maybe want the controller. I mean, do I have to do anything else? Like, can I just get the controller? Like, is that one of those things I can ball out with my controller? Like, but Switch.
I feel like their controllers has changed so much over the years. Like, remember the PS1 controller? That little thing. It's like this, and then it has like a little. It was nothing.
Like, and then they had that weird prototype one that was like a boomerang. I remember.
Yeah.
I don't know if that ever came through, but there was pictures of the boomerang, and there was some weird shit out there for a while. And I remember
it didn't make no.
There was like.
Yeah, that shit didn't land.
I don't know.
That didn't land. No, right now, my thing is, they canceled E3, so we didn't get to see the normal
What's coming?
gameplay or what's coming. We just know it's coming out this year. Both the systems are coming out this holiday, this end of the year, but we didn't get to see the big reveal
How
like usual.
about you name a game that you're getting excited for? Is there anything on the horizon that you're thinking of? There's one that I got
Great
on
question.
the tip of my tongue. There's one that I'm really pumped for.
Okay. You know what? Because I think there's really nothing that I've seen on the horizon besides Cyberpunk.
There you go.
I was like,
Cyberpunk.
besides Cyberpunk, that's the only game. I mean, there's a lot of games out there that look nice that I want to play, but as far as like something I'll probably buy immediately, because I got to the point now, I don't buy games immediately no more. $60 games, I don't do it. I found out that I'm buying these games and I'm not getting to them because I'm playing something else. And then by the time I get to playing it, it's $30.
Yeah.
So I've wasted $30 on a game that I didn't even get to play
you
yet.
sat around on, yeah.
Yeah. So Game Pass is the best deal in video gaming, in my opinion. You pay, what is it, $15 a month?
15.
And you ain't got to buy a game. You don't even have to buy games. You have that. You can play up to, 100+ games. You know,
when the game's off of it, like I was playing Grand Theft Auto, for instance, and then Grand Theft Auto's not on Game Pass no more. So now it's still on my console, but I'd have to go buy it.
Yeah. Then keep your progress and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and then they just put Red Dead 2 on there, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
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 I see. That's it. Red Dead 2 is a game I bought day one. I bought
probably
Red
going
Dead.
next. I
bought Red Dead when it came out. That game.
Everyone was said there's it's too big, too much. Bro, I have a terabyte. I have a terabyte, so
fun. Oh yeah, it's a huge game. I have a terabyte too. I had to delete a game, but yeah, that's fun, bro. Okay, so with that, I know gaming is going to be huge. Probably going to end up being a separate entity as well, mixed in with some anime or something. But what I really want to get into, I want to break down some of this combat sports. It's what I really came for.
Now you're talking. Now
yeah.
let's get to work.
I got a lot of stuff we're gonna do.
Let's get to work.
I got some TV things I want to talk about, all kind of stuff. But it's just combat sports. But before we're not gonna break down UFC this and this. We're going straight combat sports question. I keep hearing this from people. Do you think boxing is dying because of mixed martial arts?
No. Me as a combat sports enthusiast, as a combat sports practitioner, as somebody who actually used to compete in multiple different practitioners, like I said, hence the word, that's fun to throw around. But anyway, I love martial arts. I love combat sports. And why I love mixed martial arts the most is because it's multifaceted. It gives you a chance to exercise the tools that you learn from all these different disciplines. And yes, I also trained mixed martial arts where I did everything at once, and you gear certain things to do this because my mixed martial arts my mixed martial arts jiu-jitsu is a little different than my no-gi jiu-jitsu. That's a little different than my gi jiu-jitsu. But there's certain ways you have to play it a little different, but it all
So depending on your situation, because there's grappling tournaments where there's no striking. It's all about the
just
grapple.
Like wrestling. There's Greco-Roman. There's freestyle. There's different types of things.
And that's where I think it comes down to. I think as far as the casual fan, boxing is losing out to UFC because UFC is more exciting. But the people who watch UFC and watch mixed martial arts still love boxing. Still watch jiu-jitsu tournaments. Still watch wrestling. Still watch all that. But the casual boxing fan is falling to UFC.
I've noticed this. Boxing, to me, like I said, as being a practitioner, boxing won't die because of I love to train boxing because there's a lot of aspects of training boxing with your hand speed, all this stuff, your movements, all that stuff that you could still train doing this. You could train Thai boxing.
Boxing is amazing.
Stuff.
It's one of my favorite sports.
Training boxing is never gonna die. That's something that's never gonna die.
That's what I'm saying. The training, the art of training it, like, here in the U.S., karate tournaments aren't crazy popular, but they're not going to kill off.
They're
karate.
Never going to die off.
No, at all. But that's what I'm saying. Like casual, it's kind of in this gray area now. We got the casual fan who likes UFC because, oh my God, you see that dude get Ngannou.
Yeah. Francis from the Cameroon, from the French
he
Republic
murdered
of
somebody.
The Cameroon.
He murdered somebody a couple weeks ago in the octagon.
His name's Jairzinho Rosenstrike. Actually, Jairzinho Rosenstrike called out Francis Ngannou, which has the hardest known punch.
I heard about it. Wait, that's real? He did call him out?
Yes, he called out Francis Ngannou.
Oh my God.
And that was basically his death sentence. There was a 20-second massacre. You want to pull it up real quick? It's
let me pull
let's
up
pull
while you
this
talk
up.
about it. I'll pull it
It's
up.
funny because it's only 20 seconds. I could probably keep saying what I'm saying about it. Okay, this is what happens when you call somebody out that has the highest recorded punch metrics from the UFC Performance Institute. This place is a state-of-the-art institute that record all these different body metrics on you, and it records a machine that has the highest punch, and he has that record. This man's a fucking complete animal. They said it's the equivalent of getting hit by a Ford Focus going, 40 miles per hour. That's what his punch is the equivalent of getting hit by.
What?
Yes. That's what the people at the Performance Institute said. It's like Ngannou's punch is like getting the equivalent of getting hit by a Ford Focus at.
Sorry, I had to stop searching. I heard that stat and it just wow.
Okay, let's cue this
Getting
up.
Hit by a car?
Yes, and Francis Ngannou. That's what happens when you're from the French Republic, Cameroon, in Africa.
Having some slow down issues here.
Hey, it's all good. We can keep.
What card was that on?
This was actually 249. This was actually UFC 249. It was a really, really stacked card. It was headlined by an amazing fucking fight. Amazing fights all down the card. Dominic Cruz fought Captain fucking Cringe. It was good. Francis Ngannou. It was great. I'm just all about it. I'm just trying to see this one real quick and see it. It's so funny because his handiwork's so short.
Do they even have this? Oh, Rosen.
Right there.
Okay.
20. Yeah, there you go. Right there. It's
Okay.
26 seconds. Let's check this out, guys. This is gonna be pretty fun.
I like the no crowd. I'm liking the no crowd
for Biggie Boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh! Rosen strike is out. Ngannou
out. Hold on. I was blinking. Let's run that back real quick.
So
you should fix the quality.
Inside leg kick is there for Biggie Boy. Rosen strike is out. Ngannou.
That is insanity.
Yeah, go to the quality, and then once you fix it, it's a rough draft. We're having fun here.
Oh don't worry about it. That is insane, bro. That's how fast it was.
Early inside leg kick is there for Biggie Boy. It's all Rosen strike is out. Ngannou.
He said no more.
He's dead. He's dead.
So Francis Ngannou with his fourth.
Okay, guys.
Boys in the Hood. When he's like, you want to see a dead body?
That was that. This is what happened to this man. They lit a fire into this motherfucker's ass. He fought Derek Lewis, right? And it was right after he lost. He had a championship fight against Stipe Miocic. He lost that fight. Fought Derek Lewis. He was so gun shy. There was maybe 20 punches thrown the whole fight. After that, this man has been on an absolute tear, running through people like that Ford Focus we talked about.
Bro,
40 miles per hour. He's hitting these guys at 40 miles per hour, basically.
Bro, the last knockout I remember him was Alistair Overeem with the uppercut. I'm not going to pull that one up, but my goodness.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
That uppercut, like, there's a moment of silence for his jaw because he was out right here. It hit him, and he was out. And Overeem,
his body
been knocked
lifted
out a
out.
lot.
Well, he's one of those K1 legends. He's durable.
He's been around for a while.
If we're bringing on, UFC is one of the first guys or first sports that are promoting during this COVID.
True.
19
no,
bullshit.
that's nothing.
No crowds. So
I'm fine with no crowds. I like hearing the
Alistair
coaches
Overeem
talk.
actually just won.
Really? Who
Look
did
at this
fight?
guy. Walt Harris, the big ticket. You know, the one whose daughter got abducted in Houston, I believe.
I remember. I remember the story slightly. Yeah. Okay. Alistair Overeem would have win. He needed one because I know he had a couple defeats his last few fights.
He is ranked number 8, and he's got a big win against number 7. So he's
okay. So that 249 card. Let's break down a couple of those fights. So obviously the Ngannou fight, that was 26 seconds.
That was a quick breakdown.
That was a quick breakdown. I mean, it broke down as soon as he got in the ring. It was over for him.
Jorginho broke down. Oh boy's defense broke down. Left his ass in Beam Street.
Ngannou was scary strong, bro.
He is a scary individual. This is what happens in the heavyweight division. There's all these exciting fights. This is what people didn't understand. A few years ago, Fox was their first card that was on regular TV. It was Cain Velasquez versus Junior Dos Santos.
Yeah.
Junior Dos Santos, he knocked this motherfucker out in like, what? It wasn't it like 11, 10 seconds? So it was ridiculous.
Quick.
Everybody was pissed. What's going on? This is when people are used to boxing. They're used to watching 12 rounds, right?
Yeah.
they seen them fight. They're 12 seconds. We're gypped.
Yeah.
You're not gypped. That was
These are
dope.
the same people who get mad when we got people on the mat for 3 rounds battling for position. It's like, what do you want, bro? I love that.
These are the casual fans, like you said, that have nothing else to do. They're watching Ocho's Johnsonville Brats fucking cornhole. You know what I mean? These are the same people.
The cornhole tournaments, they have not
shit?
stopped.
They haven't stopped. Hey, man, some of these motherfuckers got ice in their veins, boy.
Bro,
They're good.
bro. Yeah, next episode, we're gonna pull. I'm gonna have some queued up for that, dude. I mean, ice cold in his veins. He like said, I just saw one clip real quick. He looked at the dude, was like, "Yeah, want to hit this shot." Boop, and like knocked another one that was
off and knocked it in. Remember?
Behind the hole.
Yeah. And then he's like,
then he was like, "Yeah."
Cue that up. Cue it up. No,
ice in the veins, baby.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. That's MMA. I'm glad that there's a sport that's actually on TV. I know it's gonna bring a lot of casuals in who are like, he's hoping
they
I'm
need
on the
something.
ground.
We all need something.
We all need something. But for a real fan that will watch the prelims all the way up to the fucking, I'll watch the early prelims all the way up to the guard. I'm watching M1 Global. I'm watching fucking 1FC. I'm watching LFA.
Global.
I don't give a fuck. I'm watching that. I'm watching what is it? 1FC. I'm watching everything, man.
Bro, 1FC. Yeah, I was on the internet the other day. I was watching bare knuckle fighting clips because I needed something. Was it Chris Lieben?
Lieben fought Dakota Cotrain. Probably him versus Dakota Cotrain.
Yeah.
You know I dabble. You know I don't.
Speaking on boxing, though, have you seen what Mike Tyson's doing?
There's going to be a resurgence. That's what I'm saying.
I'm hearing a rumor. I don't know if it's true. Him in Holyfield.
Yeah, there's a little bird who was chirping around. I heard.
Like, I love Holyfield. His body is not the same as Mike Tyson's.
If you love Holyfield,
like as a person, Holyfield was a good dude, but I don't want him to get in the ring with Mike Tyson right now.
The man got his ear bitten off, for fuck's sake.
I just don't think his body is in the same shape as Mike Tyson's body's in.
Have you even seen him hitting pads lately?
I've seen Mike Tyson, bruh.
Mike Tyson, Rafael Cordero. He's holding pads for him recently, like new. It's fucking scary. I wouldn't hold pads for this man.
For Mike Tyson? No way.
Hell no.
No way.
See your life flash before your eyes when that right hook comes at your face.
Dude, the hook is only part of it. It's the speed of which he's bobbing like this. When he's like, I'm like, wait a minute. You're 53. Stop moving that fast.
Like, he's like,
and then he's like, yeah. And that, you hear that smack. I'm like, oh, that's a jaw broke. That makes me of Marvin Frazier when he put him to sleep. Up in the corner like, yeah. Just put him to sleep. Bruh. But anyway, back on this combat sports. Like I said, Mike Tyson looked like he's trying to make a resurgence. I'd be scared to get in the ring with him. I think anybody should be, young, old. The man does not just have power and speed. He has experience, and he's a student of boxing. He's been doing this for too long.
The last thing to go is your power. That's last thing to go is your power.
Last thing to go is the power. Yeah, that's right. And I don't see it being gone. His power is still there.
I'm good, Mike. Iron Mike. I'm good.
So do you know what the next card is coming up?
I'm actually not sure right now. UFC just pulled a nice little back-to-back-to-back. They pulled.
Yeah, they did. They were trying to
3 cards in 8 days, guys. 3 cards in 8 days.
That was something for the people.
It was all spearheaded by, we started off full circle on this one again, UFC 249. Had some amazing fights on there. Donald Cerrone versus fucking Anthony Pettis. There was, like I said, there was Dominic Cruz versus fucking Captain Cringe, Henry Cejudo.
Captain Cringe.
The main event was even good. Like, every fight in the card, it was up and down amazing. And, like, something like that, for this times, especially when, like you said, hey, I'm on it. I was going to chill at home anyway. But this is my main sport. So for this to be on, I feel proud. It makes me feel proud to have this be the highlighting sport that's actually pushing for and doing something.
I'm so excited that there's something sports related, something competitive out there that we can watch that's not cornhole, something. I mean, obviously, we're not going to get basketball anytime soon. Football looks like, I mean, everything goes right. We'll get that. It's on track. But to have something after months of not having anything, I don't care, a crowd or no crowd. I actually preferred that UFC without a crowd. I love hearing the coaches.
You can hear the coaches.
It reminds me of like watching Tough.
Ultimate Fighter. Yep.
Yeah, that's
or like
I love that.
Or like one of those like what's the new ones they have the
They have on the
Contender,
ESPN.
the Contender series.
Oh yeah. Okay, I've watched a little bit of those. I need to get ESPN Plus. I need to get on that so I can watch some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Was it on Fight Pass?
Both of them, I believe.
Some both. Okay.
Yeah,
I need to get one.
We got them all. You know the game goes.
I know. I need to get on that. I see that.
I'm a company man. Yeah, come on now.
Company man here. Okay. So let's break down real quick as we do this. Is there any fights that specifically you want to talk about from 249 or any of the last 3 cards? Anything you want to break down or anything you want to talk about? If not, I got a couple things. I kind of want to do an association. I'm going to name like a fighter. You got knowledge in fighters from this era, that era.
Let's do it.
Tell me, like if I tell you like a Vitor Belfort, like what you like somebody doesn't know anything about MMA, what would you tell them about Vitor?
I'll give you a rough breakdown of his career from top to bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
He started in mixed martial arts. Was kind of funny. They billed him as a lot of guys did this. They would take some guys would take the Gracie last name, and he was Victor Gracie or Vitor Gracie. A lot of these guys used to take the Gracie last name because he was popular. And if you're from Brazil, Americans know that.
Always put the name on the map.
A lot of these guys used to do that and stuff. And even Joe Rogan used to call him Victor Gracie or Victor Belfort, and there was all these names thrown around for this guy. He comes in, he got the name The Phenom because he came in blazing, 21-year-old, killing it.
Yeah.
Knocking dudes out. Amazing career in Pride Fighting Championship. Makes his way over to UFC, and then we have something called TRT, guys. Testosterone Replacement Therapy.
I just was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast about this.
He's one of the biggest poster boys for this reason. He's almost 38, 30, 37,
he's almost
40.
40. Yeah, he's close to 40, yep.
So he has a veteran over 20 years experience, but now he's firing like a young man still.
So he has a 20-plus-year-old with the knowledge, 40-year-old.
That's dangerous.
Dangerous.
So USADA came in, cleaned up the sport. His body afterwards was a drastic change. You could even pull up before and afters. They look fucking drastic.
Oh, yeah, bro. You could see when he stopped and he came back after that replacement, he was yoked.
Yep.
Bro, his back was just jacked.
And then he came back, and it's like it makes you be on your own merit. He's a normal old man, not an old man, but you have to be crafty and wise and a veteran, not just Superman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, I've always been a proponent of having a legends type of UFC for guys in that upper echelon class who can still fight, but they shouldn't be in the ring with these 25, 30-year-old guys anymore. They should be in the same ring with guys their own age, so we can still get a Vitor and a maybe Anderson Silva type of thing.
That'd be a good fight. But a Vitor versus like an up-and-comer, like 15-ranked guy, I don't want to see him get ran through by nobody.
This the athleticism, the youth, I don't want to see him get hurt. But we put him against, like I said, a UFC legends fights.
Well, look at Rashad or Shogun. Those are the guys who will go up. They're making names for dudes like Anthony Smith.
Yeah.
Guys like that who are coming up. Who just came off a badass fight. He lost recently, but to fucking your boy Glover Teixeira. But it was a bang up fight. It was an amazing fight. You know what I mean? So it was a great fight. You know what I mean? So I don't know what to say about that there. But Vitor, to round him off, I'd say he was an amazing champion in his time in fucking. But at the same time, he probably used too much. He was cheating too long. He was using steroids in his career.
Yeah, it was a loophole for a while. Because
he fought in Japan. He fucking fought in Japan.
Doctor and be like, oh, my testosterone is low. Now I'm qualifying for this replacement therapy.
Yeah.
Of course you're 30 plus. Of course it's low. You've been fighting. You're older.
You've probably been taking steroids before when you were in Japan.
Exactly. Precursor. Come on.
Why do you think you're on TRT? Why do you think your levels are so low? Because he used to abuse this shit. Chael Sonnen.
Yeah.
All right, now throw another one at me. Throw another one at me.
You know what? That was the next one I was going to say was Chael Sonnen. Just because local guy, West Lynn. I know he's a great wrestler.
I've got a chance to meet this guy a few times. He's actually a pretty cool, nice guy. Like, you know what I mean? He's not as he's a wisecracker. It's more of a he's just as witty, just as cool, but it's a character. Everyone plays a character. Everyone knows that. But
he's like the guy who got knocked out with this Trump hat. Was it Covington?
Oh God, that guy. Yeah, everybody has an act, and when you can see through an act, it becomes almost the facade's disgusting to a regular fan like me who grew up watching guys who had real personality, like a fucking Mayhem Miller or like a Rampage or
Mayhem Miller was an idiot, but
he had his
those
own
things sell fights though. It sell tickets.
It's Mayhem. It's fucking how Rampage is, where he used to he'd hump the little Asian girls in Japan. He'd have the big chain around his neck, or what about Charles Bennett? Charles Crazy Horse Bennett.
That's what I was gonna bring. A Crazy Horse.
There's dudes like that who are those are the MMA personalities that make it fun. This whole Reebok thing where you have to fit in a box, and I know you don't want Condom Depot on the mat still, because man, I get it, but at the same time, you don't have to be as uniform as they're making it, which is
I agree. I just think UFC has gone through a great evolution since UFC 1 into where we are now, from no weight classes to good weight classes to these older guys kind of stepping out to this newer class to more competition than ever before. I mean, some weight classes not as much. Obviously, the light heavyweight division is pretty sewn up by your boy John Jones, but there's still underneath that. There's still some good competition.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. We're in a day and age where there's going to be so many good guys coming out. There's going to be so many amazing guys.
There's so many promotions now too, so they're not just getting the U.S. They're getting major experience against professionals across overseas or over here,
everywhere in
the same, over in the United States, just not UFC. So they're fighting top talent. Ryan Bader, wasn't he fighting Bellator not long ago? That dude
Ryan Bader is in Bellator. He's the heavyweight and light heavyweight champion in Bellator.
But he was getting smacked up in UFC. Goes to Bellator and he's the man.
Well, but I bet if you went back to UFC and fought some of those guys, he's just a better talent now. That's the thing.
I believe
he's a better talent now.
When he left, he's evolved since he's left. That's what I think it is.
Here's the other thing I don't like about the ranking system that everyone's familiar with. Is I said I'm a company guy. It's a joke. I love the UFC, but at the same time, there's a world outside of the UFC, guys. There's a huge mixed martial arts world outside of the UFC.
And you know what?
That's where the best guys are at, if you really want to think about it.
The world, there's some great guys. There's some top talent in the world in UFC, but they're not the only top talent in the world.
No,
and that's something else we should start doing. Is maybe do our own top 10 of world.
Yeah.
Not just UFC, not just Bellator, not just one.
Well, like I said, I'll watch fucking Cage Rage Warriors, or Cage Warriors where Connor came from, or like Obama where fucking your boy Michael Bisping came from. I still watch, the British Mixed Martial Arts Association. I'll still watch all these, or fucking King of the Cage. I will still watch all these different small promotions because that's what I grew up watching anyway.
Yeah, small promotions where you're gonna see some fights. You're gonna see some gold. You're gonna catch some gold.
Small promotions. Yeah. I'm like the indie guy. You know what I mean? I was never in the UFC. I fought for years, and I was never in the UFC.
Oh yeah, I've been to a few of them fights. I know. And I scour YouTube for underage. Like, I find somebody famous or who's been doing it. First thing I do is go find their fights before. I go look back. Like, let me see what you was doing when you was in the small promotion. That's when Anderson Silva first burst in the street in UFC and he whooped up Chris Lieben. I was like, who is this guy? Let me look at these fights.
I've already seen him. I've seen him fight Yushin Okami. I seen him fight Tony
I hadn't seen none of that at that point. I was like, I deserved all that, and it was like, wow.
I seen him in Pride Fighting Championships. That's what I'm saying. There's a world outside of the UFC, and
that's the casual fan doesn't understand that.
No,
and Pride had different rules. I don't know what Pride rules are now.
Well, but remember, Pride rules are. Here's the difference between Pride rules. Okay, they had a 10-minute round first round, and they had a 5-minute second round.
Okay.
Yeah.
That first round could last, feels like forever.
And here's the best part about it. There's no elbowing on the ground, which promotes more submission wrestling and less premature stoppages from elbows.
Okay.
And it's more grappling. You have to punch and grapple.
Okay.
And then you can kick and knee people in the head on the ground.
Yeah,
that's pretty damn cool. Don't you want to see somebody get kicked in the head?
Yeah, but I mean, you talk about cuts and stopping fights premature.
Hey, you get stomped in the head a few times, the fight's over, right?
True. Fight should be over if you get stomped in the head a few times.
Right? You're going to defend yourself,
I mean,
man.
Yeah, but at the same point, I love ground and pound with elbows.
Give some Pride Fighting head stomps real quick, just for fun. Come on, man. Give the
We're gonna
best
key that up.
Well, okay.
Edit magic here. Boom.
Right, you're right. Yeah,
But no, I've loved
we'll
ground and pound elbows. John Jones is one of the best at it. Those ground and when his fight he lost, the only fight he lost to the deaf guy.
10-6.
10-6.
12-6. 12-6.
Or 12-6. Excuse me. You're right. 12-6. That
That's a
fight
weird angle.
should have been over. He beat the living hell out of that dude. But I get it.
I'm not a hater of elbows on the ground. I think you should be able to do both on the ground, to be honest.
No,
I think you should be able to elbow and knee and kick to the head on the ground, to be honest.
Yeah,
it makes you more aware. It's more real.
I think Joe Rogan said it. You know, he says, like, I love boxing, but mixed martial arts is more like real fighting.
Yes.
Like, you know, kicking, punching, elbows, grabs, throws. When you're
When I
fighting somebody, you don't
clench
just
you,
say, I'm going to.
You're not going to break me up, right? If I clench you, you're not going to break me up. You're going to have to break your clench yourself.
Yeah.
It forces
unless
you to not be lazy anywhere.
Unless it's just a big fat dude who's just going to lay on you because they're too tired to do anything, then that's like, okay, it's over because he can't do anything else because he's not fast enough. I'm not strong enough to pick his fat ass off of me.
Oh, like UFC 1 through 15. You know what I mean? Like,
but there was the one dude who got kicked. What was it? Kicked that sumo dude in the face.
Oh, Zulazinho?
Yeah. Oh my.
Zulazinho got his tooth knocked out.
Bruh.
But I think Haggerty. I think Chuck Haggerty. I think.
Was it Chuck? No, it was
Haggerty.
It was the black karate dude.
Oh shit. Wait, Gary Goodridge.
Goodrich. Thank you.
Gary
and there was the other dude that had the elbows on he had that flip and roll in the geese. He was like,
and the dude was dead.
I was like, oh my god. I watched that. I was like, that was the first UFC I watched. That was the first fight I saw. I was like,
I just watched the Undertaker get buried alive, and I thought it was so bad. I was up to die. I flipped over and watched this man almost die, and I'm like, what? Okay. That shit wasn't nothing no more.
Oh, yeah, dude. That was like going from
Undertaker's going to be back Monday. This motherfucker ain't coming back Monday.
Oh. It's like watching Halloween and then putting in Faces of Death. One is scary, but one is scary.
Got you crying still. I was crying last night over that shit.
Oh,
I do want to eat that monkey. I do want to eat that monkey brain, though.
Yeah. All right. So let's wrap this up so I can get enough to edit and get ready. But, yeah, like I said, we got plenty of stuff coming for you guys. We got TV stuff we want to do. We got a bracket. We want to do much, much more on MMA, boxing, all kind of sports.
And with these fun edits, we're going to bring some fun live on location things of us actually trying out these sports we're talking about, us doing these things. Yes, we come in on these football things. Hey, we might